Crunchy.
I think she said July.
Okay, I'll let you drive. Now it says that.
Okay, we are live.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this Wednesday, September 6th, Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. First thing on here is the approval of minutes from last one in July. Has everyone had a moment to review this minutes from last one?
I gotta turn it down.
Any questions? Questions, comments, or concerns from the minutes?
Nope.
Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll motion. I'll
I have a
second.
first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, and then we have 5 action items tonight. And the first is the dedicated right-of-way known as Elm Street.
Baseline Surveying, on behalf of Foothills Church, has submitted a petition to vacate the 50-foot wide dedicated public right-of-way known as Elm Street. It's located in Northwest 1/4 Section 5, Township 5 North, Range 5 East, Black Hills Meridian, Meade County, South Dakota. The landowners have requested the right-of-way be vacated. The property was annexed into the city limits February 21st, 2023. When Twisted Oats was dedicated and built, there was no longer a need for Elm Street. The open space lot on the south side of the road will be given to the church and replatted into one lot.
All right. And all the utilities have been removed out of there that are necessary?
They will be hooking onto a city water.
Okay.
Yeah, and all the utility letters have been sent out. So, and basically how we looked at it, we honored any easements. Butte Electric has an easement that crosses there, so we honored all. Just by vacating the right of way, we're still maintaining the easements in place for the utilities. So
Okay.
there was no water or sewer or anything like that. It was more communication or Butte Electric power line. So. And by vacating the right-of-way, the developers to the north from Hidden Valley have a sliver of property that they're donating to the church, as well as another lot on the west side of the church got donated. So once we get the road vacated, I'll come back with another plat that shows all of that built into one lot and just replat the whole lot for the church. So,
There are intentions on expanding onto that?
not that I know of. If they do, they have had talk about building living quarters for a pastor or something like that. But other than that, I really haven't heard anything, in great detail what they would do. It's just a good opportunity to really clean that all up and give them space so they can start landscaping and creating buffers, and so.
Does anybody have any questions for Shannon? Any questions from the public? Is there a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next is final plat application for Burnham plat.
Again, Baseline Surveying, on behalf of Ton Burnham, has submitted a final plat of Lot 1 and dedicated public right-of-way to West Farley Street of Burnham subdivision to the city of Sturgis. The property is formerly a portion of the south 1/2, south 1/2, northwest 1/4, and north 1/4, north 1/2, southwest 1/4, all located in Section 9, Township 5 North, Range 5 East, Black Hills Meridian, City of Sturgis, Meade County, South Dakota. The intent of the plat is to split a portion off the original plat to build a stick-built home. The lot will then be zoned medium-density residential housing. The preliminary did come before the board on June 6, 2023. And it was approved unanimously.
And there was no changes that we had on there.
No.
Well, we did you get, well, Rick had a change for the, there's the meadow area in the center. So the only change we did make, no change to the lot lines, but we just changed the whole meadow area into a right-of-way lot. And it was Public Works, we've been working with them, we have submitted the sewer and water plans. And they're, under first review, we tweaked, had a few changes based on Rick's comments. So those are in the works, and those will be going to the state to get approved here soon. So, but it was just his idea of making that all one big right-of-way and getting this plat finalized, so then the city owns the actual right-of-way where the improvements are gonna take place, so.
Okay.
And the entrance to that lot is going where that little garage is.
That's correct, yep. The little garage is getting tore down, and so. Little garage coming down, sewer and water will be extended, as well as, I know MDU is, I think they were born this week, changing their route, so, to make improvements, so. But
Anything else from the commission? Anything from the public? Do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Have a first
Second.
and a second. All in favor, same, or say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, and then we have a preliminary plat application for 2220 Malibu Loop.
Baseline Surveying, on behalf of Larry Williamson, has submitted a preliminary plat for 2220 Malibu Loop. The property is currently described as Lot 2A through 2R and Lot 4R1 of Block 5 of Vernon Heights Estates 2 subdivision, located in northwest 1/4, northeast 1/4, and southwest 1/4, northeast 1/4 of Section 15, Township 5 North, Range 5 East, Black Hills Meridian, City of Sturgis, Meade County, South Dakota. The Williamsons would like to replat due to fence insulation issues. Both landowners are in agreement.
Cheaper to replat than it was to build a new fence?
Yeah, this is, like Brittany explained, this is a real simple, just a land swap trade between the Williamsons. Asked the neighbors if they could purchase some property, just to really square things up. And actually, before they built their fence, they did this, so they did it in good faith, and it just looks better and more aligned with their driveway and everything, and Littles were all in favor for it, so.
What did it move, 11 feet at the far end?
Yeah, it wasn't very much, so, pretty small sliver.
Yeah.
I don't have any other questions. Anything from the public? No, well. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion to approve.
Have a first,
I'll second.
a second.
You're fine.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next, we have a consideration for use on review to allow selling firearms at 2404 Dolan Creek Road.
Tyler Huff, owner of property located at 2404 Dolan Creek Road, has submitted a use on review application to allow the ability to sell firearms online from his residence. The applicant is a collector of various firearms and wishes to have the ability to buy and sell. The property is zoned low-density residential housing. This is allowable permitted use with sales being completely off premises. Applicant will operate online for buying and selling. Signage was placed on the property July 24, 2023. 13 landowner response forms went out. 10 were returned, 6 with approval and 4 denial, with complaints including not having a business in residential zoning and disapproval of the business type. I did include those in the board's packet for you to look at.
Is Mr. Hoff here tonight?
He is not.
All right, so we have some people from the community, the neighborhood over there. Is there anything you guys would like to come up forward and say? Go ahead, sir. State your name and make sure the mic is on, please.
Urbanic, Pat Bev. We live about 300 feet from his property. My main concern, or two of them, is security. If you have firearms, what's the potential of the burglary and such? We have a gun store downtown that was burglarized once, maybe twice. That's number one. Number two is traffic. You got Murray one side, you got Palisades on the other side, and then you got the Dolan Creek subdivision, which we have traffic, lots of traffic. And if you have a business like this, it's going to create more traffic. And I was kind of wondering how come everybody didn't have to have a petition. We got a letter, but there was a gal that wanted to put a daycare in here a couple of years ago, and she had to have a petition and it had to be signed by everybody. And if one person didn't sign it, and therefore she couldn't put her daycare in. And I was wondering why a petition wasn't brought around to the people, or the people themselves come and talk to us. They bought almost $1 million house, or I guess it was $1 million. Why in the hell would you want to put a gun store in there? Wouldn't you want to put it downtown where you got more volume of people and with
sorry.
us, are really against it. We don't want to have the opportunity for somebody to come up and burglarize. You got the police department clear downtown, and his business is clear out there. However, the chief of police does live up there, but even so, I don't think we really need that up there. What is that in? Is that in Palisades? Or where is he? What's his address? Is it Palisades?
It's 2404 Dolan Creek Road.
It's that new house
Yeah,
that's
I
just
know where
directly
it is,
right
'cause
there.
we live just right next. But is that in the Dolan Creek subdivision?
Yes.
Well, we're really not supposed to have any businesses up there anyway, according to the covenants. There isn't supposed to be any businesses. So I got nothing against the guys or people because I don't know them. I've never seen them. I just don't think we need that up there in our area.
It's from my understanding, sir, that there will be no guns on site and they'll all be sold online. So there won't be any traffic there. There won't be guns there.
How are they gonna get the guns?
Do you have more on that?
They're gonna ship them to his house and then he's gonna come and pick them up?
Correct, yes. So he is a collector of firearms.
You're gonna have the guns there and you're gonna have traffic.
The traffic won't be, but the guns will be. So all of his buying and selling will be online. So there won't be actual customers coming to the residence to purchase, but the guns would be delivered there and then shipped elsewhere.
So you'd have
But
delivery
the gun-
trucks.
But the
Delivery
guns-
trucks would be the
guns are-
traffic.
The guns are gonna be there though.
Correct. Yep, until they are sold. He's currently a collector of the firearms and he's looking to be able to sell those online.
Mom, My wife and I are both definitely against it. I don't think we need that up there. We've been there ever since the development started. I just don't think we need it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Bud Kopp. I'm speaking for my wife Arlene and myself. We live right on Dolan Creek, and very, very heavy traffic and fast traffic. And what we don't need, I agree with Pat, is more traffic. My wife was crossing the street one night to see Margaret Hunt, and she about got hit by a car because they don't seem to slow the traffic down. So I agree with Pat. I disapprove of a business in our neighborhood. I'm hearing you're saying no guns, but I'm still thinking it's going to generate more traffic. So my disapproval of it.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Is there anybody else from the public that would like to come up? Okay. Do you know how many at-home businesses are up in that neighborhood already?
I don't off
You
the
don't?
top of
Because
my
I know
head.
that there is multiple ones.
Most of them are daycare facilities, but off the top of my head, I do not. I apologize.
That's all right. I just.
Did Mr. Hoff call in or anything to represent
not.
tonight?
I would have liked to have heard from him a little bit more about, you know, the quantity of guns, where they're being stored. I do think it would have been important if he were here to be able to answer questions.
Yeah, or somebody to represent him.
Yeah, and I think it'd be good for the adjoining neighbors that are concerned to have a chance to meet him and exactly find out what his thoughts are.
Right.
You know, that's my concern, is,
Are we able to table it for one more meeting and give him an opportunity to come? And
We can do that.
I would.
guess I would make a motion for that.
Can I say one more thing? So where's Mr. Hoff, I guess a wife, maybe whatever, where do these people move in from? We know nothing about the person.
and that's what I'm saying.
We're trying to
That's
figure
what-
that out
That's
ourselves.
kind of where I'm getting is, you know, not having his representation here is kind of tough
Well,
for us to ask questions.
It is, and speaking, I guess no other neighbors voiced their concerns about it, but scuttlebutt through the neighborhood was, why didn't the guy maybe drop a notice off into people's mailbox saying, this is what I'm doing, this is Midwest, this is the way we do business, I don't know where these people are from. We know nothing about him.
Right.
So, thank you again.
Thank you.
I think
I would feel a lot more comfortable about this if we tabled this till he can represent himself and
I agree.
yeah.
the residents in the neighborhood can also question him about what's going on.
Okay, just to be clear, we're going to table it till the next meeting.
A call for a motion for a table.
I'll second. Yeah.
First and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Does that help some of you guys with this concern?
We're going to bring it back to the next meeting. So I'll make sure I send out another notice to you, and we'll get that taken care of, okay?
So that he can be here to represent himself, because
We have
we all have
questions.
too many
Yeah, we have
questions.
questions as well, so.
My thought was if he found the guns and he got $1 million house, nobody knows where he come from. Is he selling something else?
I didn't. We'll make sure to put that in the bold on the minutes, just for you.
All right.
Thanks for voicing your
Thank
concerns.
you for coming and voicing that. Last on the agenda here is preliminary plat application for 3425 Dolan Creek Road.
Baseline has submitted a preliminary plat for 2425 Dolan Creek Road. This is on behalf of Neil Murray. The property is currently described as plat of Lot RR-1A and Lot RR-2 of Pine Glen subdivision, Meade County, South Dakota. The property falls under the City 1 Mile's jurisdiction. Murray Development Corporation would like to replat 2 parcels of land located in the 1 miles jurisdiction known as RR-1 of Pine Glen subdivision and the remainder of the northeast 1/4 of the northwest 1/4, located in the northeast 1/4 of the northwest 1/4 and the northwest 1/4 of the northwest 1/4 of section 17 T5N R5EM BHM, Meade County, South Dakota. The property line adjustment is to allow family more equality split in the parcel. Neil and Shannon are both here to answer any questions you may have.
Perfect. And this is in the county, not the city, even because the replat has to go through us, yeah.
Yeah, this is in the county, but obviously within your plating jurisdiction, so, we have basically 2 parcels of property, one platted, one unplatted. We're basically taking a portion of the unplatted and making the platted lot larger, and then we're ending up with 2 parcels still, so, but obviously we're platting the remainder, which we're gonna call the upper lot, the north lot. So, so like I explained before, it's in the county, so we don't actually have, staff and we all discussed, because the lot does not actually front a dedicated public right-of-way like the ordinance requires, but it never probably will. But again, it's in your plating jurisdiction, and it does have the required access previously recorded, which has been in place for many years to access all that property back there. So, but again, we're just basically we have 2 parcels, and we're just keeping 2, but changing the lot line in between them, so.
There's no need for an easement for access back there?
We do have, so you see the hash line, that's the end of Dolan Creek, dedicated public right-of-way on the upper right. So you can see it barely touches, the north lot that we're platting. And then from there on, there are easements in place, access and utility easements. And they've been there for quite some time, so. So we do have everything, access is secured. It's just not dedicated public right away like we normally like to see, but.
Is there any questions from the commission? Anything from the public? Do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve preliminary plat.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
In a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. There was some
Shannon.
use on annual review that got approved or went through again for another year.
Yes, so our annual reviews for this month are the upstairs living corners for the King of the Mountain at 2572 Mayor Avenue. That's in the industrial park. No changes, no complaints, so the permit will be renewed for another year. In-home business for towing at Sturgis Sports Center LLC at 2879 Vanacker Canyon Road, Sturgis. No changes, no complaints, permit renewed for another year. In-home daycare for Nadine Bueno for Baby Sharks at 309 Sherman Street, Sturgis. No changes, no complaints, permit renewed for another year. And an in-home business for Loretta Mason, Shear and Trim. It's a dog grooming business at 2109 Meadow Lark, Sturgis. No changes, no complaints, so permit is renewed for another year.
Perfect. Is there anything from the public? Do I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion to
I have a
adjourn.
first,
Second.
second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Good night. Thank you.